Hello, my friends, my soul scribers, as I like to call you. I'm so excited to record this video for you because this affirmation I'm going to share with you is going to change the manifestation game for you. It has been a game changer, a life changer. It is one of the most powerful affirmations I use that has just completely shifted and transformed my life. I say one of the best because there are a few that are definitely in the top 5, and I'll definitely share those in future videos. This one because it's all encompassing for manifesting your best life. And you can put this lens, this affirmation on all of your manifestations and day to day. So in this video, not only am I going to share that affirmation, but also take you through a practice so you can integrate this affirmation. Information is just a piece of the manifestation pie. Integration is so key. So bring your journal, get a pen for at the end of the video. Definitely going to take you through that, and it is a potent, powerful practice that you don't want to miss out on. So the affirmation that is so powerful to manifest your best life, from small to huge desires, it's honestly a perspective to live by in your life. It's helped me through hard times. It's improved my mental health, which an amazing affirmation that creates and invokes that emotional shift in your body and as well as mental shifts is ones we want to integrate, absolutely. Now, if you don't even know what an affirmation is and you've worked with them before and you're like, it hasn't really worked for me, you're definitely gonna want to check out this video up here where I go into depth about how affirmations actually work and how to make your own affirmations that are amazingly supportive for your manifestation journey. The affirmation is, everything is working out in my highest favor. Just let the frequency, the vibration of those words sink in and seep into the very cells of your being. Everything is working out in my highest favor. Even say it out loud. And a soothing sensation in the body, a unlocking of trust in your path, your pace, yourself in life, in your manifestation, in manifestations. Because manifesting isn't just about the physical things. It's so much deeper. It is unlocking and you stepping into that power as a co-creator, which is day to day, and not just a co-creator of things. So let me provide you some examples of how this affirmation, everything is working out in my highest favor, which you can actually add on and greatest good, my highest favor and greatest good. Fine tune it, tweak any of the words that actually you can get your energy behind, that do create that emotional shift within your body and that your mind isn't resistant towards. I like the shorter one, but of course you can always make it your own and add on and my greatest good. So how this is such a powerful affirmation in your manifestation journey is some manifestations are going to take time. I mean, all humans, we want instant gratification. We want that manifestation now. When you put on the lens of everything's working out in my highest favor to the amount of time your manifestation is taking, there's gonna be a multitude of reasons for this. And sometimes you can see, well, you're in the process of the manifestation coming into fruition, and sometimes you're going to see more of the reasons when it actually has manifested, the time where you are in life, and you can look back and be like, oh, that's why it didn't manifest then. For example, you desire $1 million, you don't have the bandwidth and capacity to steward that large amount, and it's gone the next day. It's like giving a baby a car. There's layers to being able to have the capacity and bandwidth to drive a car. The baby needs to learn how to crawl, it needs to learn how to walk, it needs to learn how to talk, all before it can learn how to drive a car at a certain age, because it has the bandwidth and capacity to make all the correct decisions, to be safe in the car, to make the right decisions for other people on the road. Essentially, same with the money, it's being able to steward that manifestation. I find this common thread in a lot of manifestations personally in my life that have taken longer than how Maegan wants them to take. And common thread tends to be I didn't have the bandwidth and capacity to have and hold that manifestation and that desire. So if you're really honest with yourself and you can look back at past manifestations that did take a little bit longer, you can be thankful and grateful that it's all working out in your highest favor. That's why it took the time that it did, so you could grow, so you could heal. For example, if you desire love, yet there's self-sabotage around love and relationships, or there's an addiction to chaos and relationships are always ending. Okay, so you have this desire for love, you get that dream partner, that dream relationship, here comes that chaos or the self-sabotage in relationships, and they're gone. The universe is granting you that window of opportunity, of the space of there's the desire I want, and this is it actually coming to fruition. This space is for me to heal what I need to heal, grow in the areas I need to grow, process and release what I need to process and release. And this is for you to actually be able to connect to what does need tending to within. A personal example of mine, and I share these so that you can take little bits of nuggets, insights, wisdoms, and similarities or connections in your own life. So maybe it's not to do with love. Maybe it's a different manifestation, a different desire, but I'm going to use the example of love here. I've had a desire for a loving power couple relationship ever since I was 24. And I've been actively manifesting this desire from writing out the list of qualities I want in the partnership, in the person, how I want to feel, visualizing it, all those different manifestation practices. And this space of it came 7 years later. 7 years. I'm from a hometown where you're married before you're 30 and you have 2 kids before then. So at 31, I was quote unquote behind, but was I really behind? Because if I would have married the person at that younger age, I would be divorced right now. And for my highest favor, I'm not nothing against and nothing wrong with anyone who's been through a divorce. It's not about that. Don't make it about that. But for my path, and we'll get into endings a little bit later on in the video. So if you have gone through a divorce, you can probably see how it did happen for your highest favor. Just saying for me, within that 7-year gap and time frame, I had to heal from narcissistic abuse, which really took a toll on my self-love, my self-worthiness, how I viewed myself. And guess what? A partnership, a power couple relationship, it's not just about the other person. Relationship, you are the other part of that. So I took time to really heal from childhood wounds and really process and tend to what could not come in this power couple relationship that I have now. Another example that I'm actually currently in right now of everything working out in my highest favor and it taking a longer time than what I want is my YouTube journey. I wanted instant success, that beautiful channel and brand and soul subscribers, like the first video I made. And the time that this is taking, I've been at this for dedicated, actually devoted and committed, because how many of us get that intuitive nudge, go here, go there, and then we hum and haw and we don't do it, and then we kind of do it, and then we don't do it, and then we're like, hey, enough of this, and we do it. I got the message in 2019, kind of hummed and hawed, and then really, really committed at the beginning of 2024. So I've been at it. We're in October of 2024, and I'm like, why isn't it happening for me yet? And I can see this is happening for my highest favor, because the YouTube journey, the growth, it has been asking for me so that I can be the leader, the guide, the voice of this channel to positively impact, support, activate, put sparkle into your day, the bandwidth and capacity to hold an audience. It asked me to unhook from external validation, because I was running off of was, okay, everyone telling me it's good and it's right and having that audience. If I would have had that right away, I wouldn't have unhooked from my validation coming from outside of myself. Now it's all within. It's been a journey, because like I was raised always like see and act accordingly to how other people think you should, and it's all about like what you look like, and success is dependent on like if other people are telling you successful. And I had to undo a lot of programming from childhood, such as my worthiness connected to success. So if I'm successful, if YouTube was successful right away, then that is what surges my worthiness, again, outside of myself. So I really had to unhook from that and source worthiness from within. Woo! Success, the definition itself, also only dependent on outside of myself. I've worked through actually what success means to me and allowing that definition to evolve with me, because success in the YouTube journey right now is actually having fun, enjoying the creation process and the whole process of putting YouTube videos out, versus only feeling like it's successful based on the final like numbers of people looking at it. So it's been incredible what this time and space of the intuitive guidance, because a manifestation can be a desire and it can be intuitive guidance. And it actually coming to fruition, this space has been so incredibly growing and healing for my human, for my person, for my life journey. Oh, another one was permission to make mistakes. I had this programming, I always had to get it right. I had to get it right really fast, and I couldn't make mistakes. This YouTube journey has been full of making mistakes, getting it wrong to get it right, playing, practicing, experimenting, which was so new for me, a new way to like be in life, which is such a rewarding and free way to live, versus must have it right. It must be done really fast, really quick. Like, just notice what programming, what conditioning that can't come with your manifestation. That's a really, really powerful point to ponder. If any of this is hitting, definitely hit that like button so I energetically can feel that you're here. We're vibing together. The second example here is endings. Everything is working out in my highest favor, placing that on endings. When a relationship ends, whether that's a friendship or a partnership or any other ending that's happened in your life, obviously when it's happening, if it's out of the blue or unexpected or something we didn't want, this can be really hard to trust in at the moment. Sometimes we actually just have to like feel, well, we always have to feel our feels, but feel like the world's against me. Totally let yourself like just go into that. And then as the pain starts to subside, as you feel your feels and you really move through it, when you're on the other side of it, you can look back and be like, oh yes, that really did end for my highest and greatest good, for my highest favor. Because as I look back, as sad as it can be that relationships end, or you had a best friend and you just thought they'd be in your life forever, when I look back, I can really see that relationships sometimes do have an expiry date. And really, instead of being sad that they ended, I mean, of course, go through that grieving process, but looking back and seeing like, wow, that was amazing. That was incredible for what it was. Maybe it wasn't amazing, incredible, and there's other insights there for you. And then really the space that is freed up to welcome in aligned friendships, an aligned partnership, relationship of love, of who you are now and who you are becoming, because who you were was aligned with that relationship, When you grow, when you evolve, when you shift, when you change, when you heal, when you process, when you tend to things that is no longer in alignment with an older friendship or relationship, the person you are and the person you're becoming is the relationships you want to welcome into your life. So I say this relationship declaration each day, every day, and it's so powerful, and I just say it out to my windows like I'm saying it out to the world. Upgrade all my relationships into this now to the person I am and the person I am becoming. Release, remove, unhook, eject anyone not for my highest and greatest good. I'm ready and willing to do and be my part. I can be a mouthful, rewind it, write it down if you're like, yeah, I like that, because I found relationships was a big growth, maybe even a soul's choice of initiations to go through in this lifetime, and just seeking that extra support from whoever, wherever, whatever you may believe in, and doing and being your part. So doing, sometimes you need to be the one to end it, and being in that trust that everything is working out for your highest favor, and those who are not meant to be in your life for your whole life, but only a season, trusting in that. Because if your capacity is too full, it's too overstuffed. It's like overstuffed luggage and you can't fit anything else in it. But the actual piece of clothing you were supposed to bring can't fit in it because it's too full. It's like having too much energy, too many relationships that aren't meant for you, or a fridge full of expired milk and you can't put anything new in it, current in it, because it's just full of all these old expired milks. This is where letting go to let in really comes into play. And the third example of this affirmation being powerful to manifest your best life is when something doesn't work out. So this can be more like if you have a client that doesn't sign with you. Okay, that no or rejection, right? Put a different lens that you can connect with in your life, in your past, or a friend or someone to have this deeper understanding. And we hear this all the time. A closed door opens another window. Your no's lead you to your yes. And it's so accurate. These cliches are cliches because there's juice to it. So for example, if a client didn't sign, that's working out for your highest favor, perhaps they would have just not been an aligned fit for you, and it wouldn't have been a good journey for either of you. I always put out the declaration, open and calling in soul aligned clients that I'm meant to be a part of their journey, that I can powerfully, positively guide and impact. Because I don't want just any client flowing through, only ones that I'm meant to be part of their journey and I'm meant to support, guide, help them through. So when someone says no to me, I honor that sacred no just as much as I honor a sacred yes. Another example would be you not getting into your school that you want to get into. It makes you go to a different school. This is where you meet the love of your life, where you met a prof that recommended you for your dream job. So in the end, that first step not working out actually led you on your higher timeline, your highest timeline, because everything's working out in your highest favor, and set you on your way. It's just such a powerful affirmation to put onto the lens of manifesting, and it unlocks insights and wisdoms for you, which is what we're going to take into the practice right now. So get your pen, get your journal, and put on some nice frequency music for you, and we'll do this together. I don't know about you, but a body double is a real thing. I'm here, I'm doing it with you. So I want you to bring this lens of everything is working out my highest favor. You can either use a past example where something didn't work out, there was an ending, or the time that it took was so much longer than what your mind wanted it to take, or a current challenge right now. So start off with everything is working out my highest favor. This challenge or this past experience of I can see, and just let the words flow through, let the insights, let the wisdoms come through. It will pour through, whether it's immediately or it's in a minute. The practice work is the integration work. Do not sleep on this. Do not skip this part. If you're just in information overload, again, you're not integrating any of the insights, and you have the lens, the open portal to view and to see any current challenge or anything in the past of the wisdoms as to how that actually ended up working in your highest favor, or how that current challenge now is working in your highest favor. So let's get to it. Okay, if you need longer, definitely pause the video. I'm gonna share what came up for me because, again, story sharing, it will just support in further clarity or connections for you, whether that be in this now or it comes throughout the day or the next days. I'm going through a challenge right now, and with this affirmation, which just becomes part of my way I live life of trusting everything is working out my highest favor. I mean, you would think that maybe challenges don't come into your life then, but that's just not the human experience. And it's almost like my soul clicked the hard button and chose hard, but very rewarding. And it's a scary, definitely challenge with a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknowns, the time frame of when it will get settled, also unknown. So this challenge is really asking me to so fully 110% step into my power as a co-creator, to really trust and really believe in myself and my light, to completely unhook from power-sucking narcissist goblins, just to add some levity into it, and to see how this challenge actually can and will be my best case scenario, to receive what's right and what's fair. It also is bringing deep gratitude on how deeply held, supported, and nourished I am to move through this initiation, this challenge. I'll use them interchangeably. And to live in joy now and abundance now. Again, we hear that all the time, like, feel the emotions and feel the feelings you want to feel now versus expecting it from your circumstances or waiting for the manifestations to come to fruition before you feel it. And that really is a powerful way to live life, because if we're just always relying on the external to make us feel a certain way, it's so outward facing. I lived this way for so long, right? Even external validation, like everything was external. But to feel that joy and feel that abundance and feel that freedom and feel that peace in this now, not to say like just saying that is going to be like clicking your fingers and, oh, I'm feeling freedom and trust and joy. There's going to be processing and tending to and supporting yourself along the way, however that may look like for you. This challenge is really presenting me with an opportunity to step up and step into my power, into my lightness, into my brightness. Like really never before. I started doing this too earlier, and I was gifted a vision, which was really cool. I had said before, it was like I clicked the hard button when I came in. And yeah, it's still such a rewarding life. I was watching Big Brother. I used to be a big Brother fan. And one of the winners she said that statement. I clicked the hard button when I came in here, and she had such a hard time in the house, like almost always on the block. If you've never watched Big Brother, it's this show where you want to be the last one standing, and then you're voted by the house guests to win the $500,000 amount and winner Big Brother. And when I was watching that, like that's the vision that came through, is click the hard button, but you win. You at the end, you win. Like all the challenges were worth it. You'll have such an amazing, inspiring story along the way, like how you grow as a person. That's what the vision told me. So it's really powerful when you do these practices, because yes, you'll see insights and wisdoms and support for either current challenge or reflection upon a past one, and feel even more at peace and acceptance and trust in what happened in your present and future, just by the affirmation, the lens of everything is working out in my highest favor. Hit that like button, leave me a comment. If any of this hit, any of it resonated, I'd love to energetically interact with you and feel you here. To all my soul scribers, it is happening. I intend we all live and lead our best lives, our highest timelines, setting out the highest intentions. Mwah. Till next we meet.